everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well out there. Today we're going to go back to the year of our Lord 2000 for a thriller. But before we get into it, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Also, as always, a shameless plug for my TeePublic and my Zazzle store. I'll leave a link for both of those in the description box below. Check those out. Today we're going to go back to the year 2000 for a thriller. I know it's not a horror film, but I was in the mood to watch it and talk about it. And that movie is The Skulls. This is a 3-pack, Skulls 1, 2, and 3. I never saw the second or the third one. But I remember the first one when it came out. I saw it in the theaters back in 2000. I was prime age for a film like this, especially with the cast we got here. This came out March 31st of 2000. It's rated PG-13. It's an hour and 46 minutes long. Had a really healthy budget of $35 million. Upon release, it made $35 in America and $50.8 worldwide. Rob Cohen directed this film. Rob Cohen would go on the next year to give us the first Fast and the Furious movie, where he would re-team with one of the actors in this film, Paul Walker, who plays Caleb Mandrake in this film. Joshua Jackson plays Luke McNamara. He was in the midst of his Dawson's Creek fame, although before he was in Urban Legends, Scream 2, but Dawson's Creek was red hot when this film came out. Hill Harper plays Will. He's Luke's best friend at the beginning of the film. Leslie Bibb plays Chloe. She's also really good friends with Luke and Will, although she also has feelings for Luke and Luke has feelings for her. Christopher McDonald's in this film. Yes, Shooter McGavin himself. He plays Martin. He's kind of an enforcer for the Skulls, and we'll talk about that in a second. And our two elder statesmen, two actors I really, really like. William Peterson plays Senator Ames in this film, and Craig T. Nelson plays Caleb's father, his father, Littleton Mandrake. And he's about to be appointed to the Supreme Court. Very powerful man. We get text in the beginning of this film setting up secret societies in our college system and with the elites, rich people across the country, which, I believe there's secret societies. Actually, this was based on the Skull and Bones Society. I believe there are some secret societies around. I never, it seems a little cultish to me. That's something I'd be interested in, but even if I had money. But, for some people, whatever. We're introduced to Luke. He's a middle-class kid. He has to work his way through college, do scholarships, and work in odd jobs. And he's hoping to get into the Skulls because they'll cover his tuition to go on to grad school. So that's what his hope is. And he gets a call. He ends up getting in. He has to do this one task to be able to move forward with his membership to the Skulls. Him and Caleb become fast friends and soulmates, and pretty much as the plot goes forward, Will gets jealous of Luke and he gets curious about the Skulls, does an investigation, breaks into the Skulls headquarters, starts taking photos. Caleb catches him. Unfortunately, through an accident, he falls and hurts himself. Caleb thinks he's dead. His father tells Caleb to leave, and then Martin, Christopher McDonald's character, shows up and snaps his neck. Here, Will wasn't dead the whole time. And pretty much from that, we get chase scenes, intrigue, Luke trying to piece together what actually happened and bring it to light and bring down the people responsible. And that is pretty much the Skulls without going through the whole plot. What to like about this film? I think the cast is really good here. I like Joshua Jackson as an actor, although I will say, I've always liked him as an actor, even on Dawson's Creek, which I've watched when I was younger. I mean, my wife did a rewatch last year of the whole series. It was on HBO Max because my wife's a big fan. This really could have been titled, honestly, his performance here is not much different than Pacey, honestly. It could have been Pacey went to college, but he's good here for what he's given to do. Paul Walker is charming here. He's good playing off of Joshua Jackson. The whole cast is good. So the acting is really well done. And you got William Peterson and Craig T. Nelson. They can do this in their sleep, and they're great here for what they're given to do. It has an intriguing storyline. Yes, it gets cheesy. Gets a little over the top, or maybe a lot over the top. But I've always enjoyed this film. I remember seeing it back in 2000 when it was released. I was in prime age for a film like this. I remember enjoying it then. I remember renting it. I used to own it on VHS. I picked up this Blu-ray back in the wintertime, I think for like $8 for all three movies. I've never seen the other two, though. I will watch them at some point, but the one I really wanted was the original film. And you know what? I just rewatched this on Saturday night. I had a good, fun time rewatching it. Is it perfect? No, it's not. I mean, there's plot holes the size of a tractor trailer, and it does stretch believability in parts. Like I said, it does go over the top in parts. But it's a fun thrill ride from the early 2000s with its feet firmly planted in the 90s, because it has that soundtrack, 90s soundtrack in there. You have Creed in there and some other bands. The way it's shot, the clothing, it feels very 90s, but it came out in 2000. I've always enjoyed this film. Again, not perfect. I'm not claiming it is. I just think it's a fun movie, and if you buy into it, the over-the-topness to it, you'll have yourself a really good time if you've never seen it. I would give The Skulls a 7 out of 10. It's a solid thriller with a really good cast. It's decently directed by Rob Cohen. He's never been my favorite director, but he does a nice job here. There's some nice shots, and he keeps the pace moving. It never drags here, and you could do a lot worse. So yes, 7 out of 10 for The Skulls. Have you ever seen this film? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Share this video. I greatly would appreciate that as well. I'll be back soon with another review, but until next time, bye.